Dear students, today we are going to start to learn our popular subject Science and Technology for 10th standard. Today we are going to learn first lesson of part 1 and that is gravitation. Students, this lesson gravitation is very important lesson for our board examination. So we have to learn this lesson with concentration. Of this lesson, some questions are asked in our textbook. From that, first question is what are the effects of a force on an object? Answer of this question is or effects of a force acting on an object. The first effect is a force can set a body in motion. For example, if a ball at rest on a floor is pushed in roll on the floor. Second effect is a force acting on a body can change the speed of the body. For example, a moving bicycle can be brought to rest by application of brakes. Third effect of force is a force acting on a body can change the speed of the body. Example of it, when brakes are applied to a moving bicycle, its speed decreases due to the friction between the brake shoes and the trim of the tire. Fourth effect is a force can change the direction of the motion of the body. The example of it, in uniform circular motion of the body, the direction of motion of the body keeps on changing due to the applied force. Fifth effect of the force is a force can be changed the speed as well as the direction of the body. Example of it is when a ball bowled by a bowler is hit by a batsman, there occurs a change in the speed as well as the direction of the motion of the ball. Sixth effect is a force can change the shape and size of the body. Example of this statement is when a rubber ball is pressed, it gets deformed and hence no longer remains spherical. Also, there can be a decrease in its bulk. What types of forces are you familiar with? Like as the familiar forces, this question is also familiar to us because we learn type of forces from 6th standard. So, what is the answer of this question? The first type of force is the gravitational force between the earth and the moon. Second type is electromagnetic force between the charged particles in the motion. And third type is the nuclear force between a proton and a neutron in the nucleus of an atom. What do you know about the gravitational force? Students, simply we think that gravitational force is the force of Earth which attract objects towards itself. But it is a half truth. The truth is that both means object and earth attract to each other simultaneously. So, what is the answer of this question? The answer is the gravitational force is a universal force. That is, it acts between any two objects in the universe. Answer. Students, we well known the phenomenon of gravitation which was discovered by Sir Isaac Newton. As the story goes, he discovered the force by seeing an apple fall from a tree on the ground. He wondered why all apples fall vertically downward and not at an angle to the vertical. Why do they not fly up in a horizontal direction? After much thought, he came to the conclusion that the earth must be attracting the apple towards itself, and this attractive force must be directed towards the center of the earth. The direction from the apple on the tree to the center of the earth is the vertical direction at the position of the apple, and thus the apple falls vertically downward. Now, see at the picture which is shown on the slide, an apple tree on the earth. The force on an apple on the tree is towards the center of the earth, that is, along the perpendicular from the position of the apple to the surface of the earth. In this figure, also shows the gravitational force between the earth and the moon. The distance between the figure are not according to the scale. This thing is very important. If we see carefully towards the picture, we can obviously think that the distance between the moon and tree is less than distance between the top of the tree and the earth. But this is not true because in this figure distance is not according to the scale. So Newton thought that if the force of the gravitation act on apple on the tree at different heights from the surface of the earth, can it also act on objects at even greater heights, much further away from the earth, like for example the moon? Can it act on even further objects like the other planets and the sun? Obviously, the answer of this question is yes. It can act on even further objects like the other planets and the sun according to the definition of gravitational force which we see previously. Dear students, let's we see introduction to the great scientist Sir Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton was one of the greatest scientists of recent time. We all of knows it. He was born in England and he gave his laws of motion, equation of motions, and theory of gravity in his book Principia. Before this book was written, Kepler had given three laws describing planetary motions. Now, who is this Kepler? Kepler is also one of the greatest scientists. He gives three laws and we will learn in our next period. Newton, with his theory of gravity, mathematically derived Kepler's law. So, the invention of Newton's is very useful for Kepler's derivation of Kepler's law. In addition to this, Newton did groundbreaking work in several areas, including light, heat, sound, and mathematics. He invented a new branch of mathematics. This is called calculus and has wide-ranging application in physics and mathematics. He was the first scientist to construct a reflecting telescope. Students, I want to explain what is the calculus. This is the new word for us in this paragraph. So I want to tell you the definition of calculus. What is calculus? The branch of mathematics. Calculus is the branch of mathematics that deals with the finding the properties of derivatives and integrals of functions. Okay, students, in our next class, we will learn about circular motion and centripetal force. Okay, goodbye.